What's going on, Shady people? Shady Penguinn here, welcoming you to another Monday Rambles video. Last week, I sat down and talked to you guys about a random topic that was on my heart, on my chest, on my mind, and today I have another one. So I've kind of decided that I don't want to make this a consistent series, but something tells me it's going to be, as long as I have something I feel like I want to talk about. These aren't the kind of videos that I want to force or schedule, but if something comes up during the week, which usually it does, I'll just save those thoughts for Monday, which is what I decided to do today. So I have a really interesting topic. I think it's interesting to talk about, and it's something that I struggled with for a very long time. And at some point, someone opened up my mind, literally blew my mind to the truth. I'm the kind of person that for the longest time, I hated, and I still struggle with it, I hate saying no to people. Like, saying no to people is the absolute worst, because I want to be there for everyone. I want to, if someone needs help with something, or someone wants me to attend something, or someone wants me to be a part of something, whatever it is, I want to say yes. I really do. And the reason why this topic got rekindled in my life is because a friend of mine actually asked me for some advice, and this got brought back up to my memory, and I was really excited about it. So I wanted to share it with you guys and kind of leave this video as a reminder for myself, so that if I'm ever struggling with this again, I know to go ahead and watch this video. So, as you can tell by the title, yes means no. Now, what does that mean? Let's unpack that right now. Yes means no. So like I said, I have a hard time saying no to people because I just don't like saying no. I love saying yes. Even if it had inconvenienced me, even if it was against my schedule, if I knew it was going to be more taxing for me, if I was overcommitting myself, which I have the greatest tendency to do, I would still want to say yes. I would just want to say yes, of course, I can do that. I can be a part of that. I can go there for you, whatever it may be. So eventually, I really wish I could remember who or what, if it was a video, if it was a person, a friend, a counselor, I don't know who it was, I can't remember. But someone opened my eyes to this truth. If you have a hard time saying no, the truth is you're saying no whenever you say yes. And what that really means, I feel like I'm an infomercial. One of those videos that, you guys know those videos that they tell you what the point is, and then they don't explain themselves, and then they're like, oh, we'll just pay $14.95 for our ebook and you'll know the secrets to the fountain of youth. Like, that's what I just felt like it was. So let me try to get into the actual core of the video. When you say yes to someone, what you're actually doing is you're saying no to something else. I agree. Let me give you a dumb example. So I've been eating healthy and I've been trying to get in shape. If I decide to say no to dessert, what I'm actually doing is I'm saying yes to losing weight that day, considering losing weight is just all about calories you take in, calories you take out. That's a very applicable no means yes for my life right now. If someone asks you if you can drive them to the airport, a friend of yours says, hey, can you drive me to the airport? This is a little bit older. I'll try to work my way down the age scale. And you say yes. What you just did is, say the airport's an hour away. What you just did is you just said no to anything else you could have done in those 2 hours, whether it be for yourself, for someone else. Did you have to take off work? Did you have to wake up early? Did you say no to sleep, to drive your friend to the airport at 6 in the morning? You may have said no to sleep. So when you say yes to something, you say no to something else. Something more applicable for me as a content creator. If I say yes to be a part of a project or something that is going to take up time that is not mine, I am saying no to that time being used for anything else in my life, whether it's content creation, family, friends, housework, whatever it may be, Aeon, whatever I'm doing, whatever I may be. For example, even more affirming, I said yes to opening up a game shop, which means I said yes, I'm going to open up this game shop, which means I said no to that time that I would normally spend either streaming or creating content. That was the trade-off right there. I said yes, so I had to say no to something else. So a really good way when you get asked to do something. Now let me give you the broad really quick so that nothing crazy happens. There are some things in life that you cannot say no to. You just can't. For example, school. When you're growing up, can't say no to that. It's just not the way life is, and you can say life's unfair, what have you, but I promise you, if you're younger, when you're older, it'll be okay. It really will be. School, especially pre-college, is some of the best times, and I hope you guys do your best to enjoy and cherish your youth. I sound like an old man, but I'm really not that old. I guess I'm old now. I'm 25. Oh my gosh. But I play Pokemon, so I'm young. There's certain things that you can't say no to. And something very important to recognize, and I talked about this a little bit in my last video about being generous. And I'm a firm believer in that. I don't think that you should always say no to things just so you can say yes to yourself. Like, I don't think that's right. I think it's very healthy, actually, to say yes to some things that force you to say no to yourself. And I implement that in my own life. And I think it's very, very helpful because I don't think generosity is just about money. I think it's about time and talents. Generosity can be applied to all avenues of life. And I think that being a generous person keeps you from being, obviously keeps you from being greedy and keeps you from being bitter. Because if you recognize that you can help other people or do something for someone else, very, very, very healthy mindsets can be born from that. I don't think that you should always, when someone approaches you and asks you to do something, I don't think the answer should be, well, if I do that, then I can't do this for me. It's a very unhealthy way to live, in my opinion. Very, very unhealthy way. I think there are times where you have to say yes to certain things just so you can check that greed in your own life, so that you can make sure that you're feeling like you're contributing to something else. Because while it may seem like a good idea to make sure that your time gets used on you because you're number one, I can almost guarantee you that it's gonna end up hurting you more than it helps you on the inside. It will. I definitely don't have the words to explain exactly why it will. Maybe I'll save that for another video, and I'll actually do a list of notes, but it will. So being able to say yes to some things is very, very important. But I have to say that I think that being able to say no to some things are also very important. I've had friends where they will say yes to everything and they will overcommit their schedules nonstop. And this is especially dangerous if you're in a relationship with someone else, because there may be times that when you've been in a long-term relationship, you start saying yes to a lot of other people, to a lot of other events and a lot of other things. And you forget to say no to some of those things so you can say yes to your partner. And it's a very, very dangerous place for a relationship to be in. It doesn't have to be a marriage or, I just mean like long-term, like after the post-honeymoon phase. Post-honeymoon phase, humans have a tendency after that chemical, it's legitimate science, look it up. After that chemical wears off of infatuation and what have you, you tend to kind of revert back to whatever your schedule was prior to meeting that person. So it's very dangerous where you'll kind of go back into the fold of things like, oh yeah, well, I mean, this person accepts me and loves me for who I am, but all these other people, like maybe you're saying yes to so many things because you want to be accepted and that's your way of fighting for acceptance and approval. But what's actually going to end up happening is you're going to end up hurting that person that you think loves you so much and that you love. Like you genuinely, you don't mean to, but you're not making a conscious effort to say no to other things so you can say yes to that person. That's only one small confined example. Even if you're not in a relationship, I still think it's very unhealthy to say yes or no. Something I truly, truly believe in is that life is all about balance. Balance is the key to a happy and successful life. So not always saying no to everything is never going to work. Saying yes to everything is never going to work. So you have to find a balance and take each situation as its own. Much like how we are all individuals, situations, they have an individual aspect to them where they could have different causes and effects for when you say yes or no to those things. So all in all, if you're someone that struggles with saying no to people whether it's because of you want to help people, you want to get approval, you want to be accepted by them, you feel like if you don't say yes to all the things that that group of friends or those people do, that they're gonna treat you like an outcast and you're gonna lose your place with them. Well, first of all, if that's the case, to be blunt, they're probably not worth your time. They really aren't. I've had a group of friends, and I guess I don't think they would mind if I said this. I've had a group of friends. Basically, not being the crew. I've had times where I've literally had to just disappear because of whatever life, opening the business, getting married, engaged, family issues, whatever it may be, focusing on the channel more. I've had to just literally just like, all right, I'm not joining any calls. I'll be back in a couple months. And whenever I come back, they don't treat me differently. They're just like, yo, Shady's back. Oh my gosh. And they make a couple jokes. You're tall. Has been so long. You're still tall. Blah, blah, blah. Lots of height jokes. And I'm not even that tall. But totally cool. Like last week, Nap was like, "Hey man, join me on primetime. Even been on a while. Just got to play some dodgeball. It was awesome. I wish I could have played this past Saturday, but I had Sarah's bridal shower. Stuff like that. Like where I know that my life isn't the most. I have a lot going on, and there's no one to blame but myself, and I don't really feel blame. That's just what life is right now. It's the season that I'm in. But I have a group of friends that will always treat me the same, and I'm extremely, extremely, extremely grateful for that. And that's just one group of friends that does that for me. So if there are people that are going to reject you on the fact that you're not doing something for them, if your friendship or relationship or partnership is built on doing for each other, it's just not. I urge you to not just cut them off, but realize that you're worth more than that. You're worth than what you can perform for someone else. So saying yes all the time doesn't have to. I hope that that's not a reason for saying yes shouldn't be acceptance and approval. I think a reason for saying yes should pretty much always be generosity and results. So if it's going to produce results for either you or the other party, go for it. If it's if it's just a way of you helping someone else out and being generous, then go for it. But also recognize that there are times when instead of always saying yes, saying no is healthy, because what you're actually doing is you're saying yes to something else. It's just a little bit of a perspective shift, because maybe you feel bad saying no, but when you say yes to them, you're saying no to something else. So when you say no to them, you're saying yes to something else. I hope this makes some sort of sense to you. I hope this helps maybe even one person. I know that the friend that I spoke to about this, he said that it blew his mind, and that he 100% is going to help his train of thought when people ask him to do stuff and what have you. Because you can't, as much as we want to, you can't always say yes to people, because it's going to hurt some part of your life. Life is about balance. So balancing your yeses and your nos is very, very important. And recognizing that they're essentially the same things, just you're putting your energy into a different spot. It's not like you're saying nope, and then you're just going to sit in a chair and do nothing all day. I mean, maybe you are. Maybe you need a day to just relax and recoup because of stuff that's been going on in your life. That's actually a wise way to spend your time. I think so. I think that having a so-called rest day or a Sabbath is very, very important, because it's a way to just rejuvenate and all right, let's do this. Usually Sundays is my day where I literally try not to record anything, maybe late at night because I get a little feisty. But I just like to spend the day with the Shady Ladies family and just rest. This is like totally going off topic though, but I'm saying no to work that day. I'll bring it back around. I'm saying no to work that day so I can say yes to family time and recouping. So if that makes any sense, if this helped you at all, please show some shady love to the thumbs up down below. And if you have any topics you want to hear me talk about, any questions you have, just use the hashtag Shady Rambles in the comment section below along with your question or topic, and maybe I'll talk about it next week. I love you so much, but I'm going to get the hashtag out of here. Have yourselves a good day, but above all else, keep it